Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue
check
corner.
one, check two.
Wearing black with gray, he weighed in officially 134 1/4 pounds. In 22 professional fights, he stands perfect with 22 victories, no defeats, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el hijo invicto de San Mateo Atenco, México, William Camaron Zepeda. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing red trunks trimmed in white, he weighed in 135 pounds. In 19 professional fights, he too is perfect in the ring. 19 victories, including 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el orgullo invicto de San Antonio, Texas, el finito, Hector Tanajara Jr.
Fighter chief second only, please. Fighter chief second. Protector. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones que una pelea limpia. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
Biggest question I have coming into this fight, how does Hector Tanajara react after the 18-month layoff? He was off so long, he was asking friends and fellow fighters how to cut weight over the final weeks of this camp. He had forgotten how difficult it was to do that.
A lot of gyms have been closed, the saunas were closed, boxers trying to make weight. Now Tanajara tries to take on Zepeda.
Listo. Listo. Box.
So will Zepeda continue to tear through the opposition, score his 23rd straight victory and possibly his 13th consecutive knockout, or will Tanajara, to Chris's point, shake off the rust and try to expose some flaws here with Zepeda?
It's a contrast in styles with these two fighters. Tanajara wants to be more the boxer, the mover, whereas Zepeda wants to corner you and get you out of there with a flurry of punches.
Nice crisp jabs from Tanajara, controlling and dictating the pace and the distance of this fight already. Zepeda ate a couple of jabs in there.
Yeah, nice right there by Tanajara. As you know, Zepeda, the southpaw, so that's another wrinkle that Tanajara has to deal with.
Tanajara actually this is his first left-hander that he's faced, but he's doing a good job right now out jabbing the shorter fighter. See, that's what I want to see from the shorter fighter, throwing left hand straight to the chest. Don't aim at the head right now, aim at the chest and the torso.
Zepeda, for his part, says he likes throwing the punches, he likes going to the body. Tanajara right now trying to keep him at bay.
Zepeda throws every punch in the books. Once he does close that distance, excellent uppercuts and the body shots are his favorite. But look at how he keeps that right foot on the outside of Tanajara. You're going to see a lot of that tripping going on between an orthodox fighter and a southpaw.
Yeah, Tanajara rather willowy at 5'10". He's tall for the division. Right now trading punches with Zepeda.
Good uppercut right there by Tanajara. Dangerous punch to throw, but he timed it just right.
Pretty good round, Sergio, for Tanajara so far, but you're already seeing that to win this fight, Tanajara's going to have to be in the kind of shape needed to be in to move around as much as he's moved around this first round.
Not only conditioning, but he's going to have to show some kind of courage, and he's going to have to get the respect of William Zepeda as well, and he's going to have to do that by hurting him and getting his attention.
Tanajara wants respect. He's called out guys like Ryan Garcia. He wants opponents like that. That's why he knows he's looking to make a statement tonight against Zepeda. Zepeda in the black trunks, Tanajara in the red and white.
Well, he's been discussed as a potential opponent for many fighters, including Ryan Garcia. So fights like that with a win tonight aren't too far off.
30 seconds left here in round one.
Nice right hook there by Zepeda. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep Zepeda off for as long as 10 rounds because right now he's closing the distance and getting the timing of Tanajara.
Zepeda now going to the body. A wild left there with 10 seconds left. Tanajara able to connect with the right. Some good blows here exchanged towards the end of the round. Being managed and trained by Robert Garcia. He sparred with Mikey Garcia, Abner Mares, Joseph Diaz Jr., among others. Garcia is certainly a guy who has pedigree and has lots of influence here in the ring.
Well, what Tanajara believes really prepared him for this fight with the number of rounds he spent sparring with Virgil Ortiz, one of the biggest punchers in the 147-pound division. Tanajara said he spent a lot of rounds working with Ortiz. It feels like he can take that power and that pressure. He can take whatever Zepeda brings to the table.
It's like an awkward clinch there as Zepeda went down. They reset.
Sergio, it looks to my eyes like Tanajara is having a lot of problems with the footwork associated with fighting a southpaw. How difficult is it to learn how to fight a fighter with that type of style?
Well, because he's dealing with a crafty, intelligent southpaw that's putting a lot of pressure. It's a physical pressure. He's not really landing anything devastating yet, but there is cause for concern physically, and you're going to see that right there. They're always tripping up with their feet. It's a battle of positioning, it's a battle of footwork, and right now, as far as the feet are concerned, Zepeda's winning that battle.
Zepeda's making a step up in class here against Tanajara. He averaged a whopping 91.6 punches thrown per round over his last 3 fights. So he's not only busy, but he's also accurate, landing nearly 30 punches per round. And so far here in round 2, he's clearly more active, clearly being more aggressive, trying to take it to Tanajara. But Tanajara is coming back with some good counters of his own.
I'll tell you what, for this entire fight, Tanajara is going to have to keep fighting Zepeda off. Even if he's winning the first 2 minutes of the round, it's that last minute where Zepeda is going to step up and land the harder shots with the heavier hands. But it's going to be a fantastic fight, and right now, it's sure proving that way.
Yeah, you can certainly tell Zepeda has upped up the intensity, but Tanajara is none worse for wear as well. He's content to try to trade some shots here. Tanajara said in his last fight he thought he's a little bit sluggish, but he's coming in now, the best shape of his career. And with his IQ and boxing skills, he's trying to make Zepeda think about what he's doing rather than focus on his opponent.
It's hard to really believe that, though, for a fighter off 18 months. I mean, every fighter says they're in great shape coming in, but if you're off that long, ring rust is a real thing. And this is a Zepeda kind of fight. I mean, Zepeda is applying the pressure. You know, you're seeing Tanajara counter reasonably well, but this round, I think it's been a much better round for William Zepeda.
Zepeda's cutting off the ring, and just the pressure is non-stop. Tanajara's doing a good job landing some good shots. I don't think he's been able to rock him yet, but he is landing some good shots.
Well, Tanajara knows Zepeda is a come-forward kind of fighter, so he's trying to hang in there, and a couple straight right hand there. 10 seconds left in the second round.
Tanajara is actually biting down a little bit. He's standing his ground, which is what he needs to do to get the respect in this round.
Zepeda there missed with an uppercut, but able to land a couple of nice combinations there inside. That brings to a close a much more exciting round 2. Sergio showing his versatility, not just the analysis, but also the translation on the fly as round 3 continues. Hector Tanajara against William Zepeda. Say this for Tanajara, he's been active so far. He's scored just 1 knockout in his last 13 fights. Had 5 knockouts in his first 17 fights, but all those occurred in the first round. So he knows he's trying to be a little more active and trying to keep pace. But Zepeda clearly in that second round is trying to dictate the action. He's doing so early right now in round 3.
See, this is what happens when you fight a strong, come-forward pressure fighter. There comes a time where you just need to get the respect, and right now Tanajara's doing that. Zepeda's still getting the best of it, but this is what he has to do. He has the right mind frame, the right game plan, but it's going to be costly.
The southpaw, Zepeda, is nicknamed Camaron, which translates to shrimp. Does not line up with his height of 5'9". It's tall for a lightweight, but he said as a kid, he came in red after playing soccer too long, so his friends would call him a shrimp, Camaron, because he was red like that. He said now even his parents, they don't even call him by his first name. Everyone calls him Camaron. Well, right now the shrimp is taking it to him.
And there you see the power punches already. 44 power punches for William Zepeda. Sergio, I disagree with your assessment there because, you know, Tanajara told us all week that his plan was to stick and move. This is not his plan, and we're only in round 3 right now. I don't think he's doing it to gain some respect. I think he's doing it because he can't move as much as he wanted to.
I believe it's respect, and we heard it from Robert Garcia that he needs to fight him off. Right now, you can't just stay against the ropes. Stay off the ropes and fight this man off.
And Zepeda now really seems to be dictating the pace. As you saw him coming inside, landing a couple body shots. Those power punches from Zepeda, a couple nice headshots as well now.
The power is real from Zepeda on both hands. Every punch, especially that body shot.
Zepeda's got 20 knockouts in 22 fights. When you have a 91% knockout percentage, as there's under a minute left here in the third round, you can tell those punches are landing with a thud.
Tanajara can't keep catching those shots on the elbows and forearms like that. He has to catch and counter, come up with uppercuts and left hooks, and spin out of there. Don't stay long enough.
Zepeda said coming in, the body punches are the key as he tries to mix it up right now. An uppercut there and a right hand from the southpaw with 30 seconds left.
You know, Tanajara was pretty dismissive of Zepeda's resume, pointing to all the fights he had in Mexico. But Sergio, some of those fights you have in Mexico, despite the records, these guys are a lot tougher than their records indicate.
Yeah, not only that, but halfway in, he started fighting better fighters, especially in his last 5 fights.
Tanajara almost goading Zepeda at this point. And Zepeda willing to take the challenge. Tanajara missing with a wild left. Round 4 now between William Zepeda and Hector Tanajara Jr. Zepeda ahead early. To Chris's point off the top, Zepeda where he comes from. So he came from San Mateo Atenco, Mexico. It's near Mexico City. All they grow there is corn, no vegetables. They're known for corn and shoe factories. There's 2 doctors in the town. So when you think about all these boxers that come from hard tribal towns, that's why Zepeda fits that MO, Chris. A guy who's willing to fight his way to get to the top.
No, and he's as physical as they get in this weight class. And you watch Zepeda trying to back Tanajara in. He told us this week he actually aims to get fighters into the corner, and that lines up with his recent fight. Roberto Ramirez was stopped on a flurry by Zepeda in the corner. So watch for that as he tries to push Tanajara into these corners.
Zepeda says he never looks for the knockout. It's more about movement, putting pressure, throwing a lot of punches. So far, Sergio, what do you make of his game plan?
Well, Tanajara, he's the taller, lankier fighter, so it's always going to look wrong whenever you're trying to block every shot from a power puncher like that. You need to look like you're trying to counter, like you have a game plan. Right now, it looks like he's just absorbing the punishment and trying to survive. He needs to show that this is a game plan, catch and counter.
And that round 3, guys, it's no joke what Zepeda was able to do. He landed 54 of his 144 punches, so clearly was much more aggressive and paying off.
Those are punishing shots to the body, even when they're blocked. You could hear him, that right there, that one landed cleanly right there on the left side of Tanajara.
Tanajara trying to work the jab almost, trying to keep Zepeda at bay. As El Finito knows, good right hand there. He's going to have to box his way back in this thing.
You heard Robert Garcia between rounds begging Tanajara to use that jab, but using that jab means you have to keep moving. And that's proven difficult for Tanajara to do.
Now, Zepeda's got him on the ropes, but Tanajara able to evade. 1 minute left here in round 4. So far, it's been more of the same, and Zepeda appears to have the edge. Ooh, Zepeda now, a couple of body shots now in combination and to the head as well.
Zepeda's relentless. I mean, there's nowhere to hide. He's throwing punches from every single angle. Not letting Tanajara hold on. I mean, just, it really is impressive, the pressure of William Zepeda.
Zepeda had the longest camp of his career, coming in 3 months, he said, training for this fight. So far, he looks none worse for wear. Tanajara is the one coming off a 1.5 year delay, and he looks sluggish.
There we go. Fox, how you doing, Hector?
I think it's Zepeda that's making him look sluggish with those heavy shots. They take your legs. They take your legs and you just get discouraged because there's nothing you could do to keep this monster off you. In fact, they're thinking that Garcia was stalling or buying time somehow. Maybe they were cleaning up the corner. I'm not sure. I wasn't looking at Garcia's corner.
Round 5 right now, Tanajara, Zepeda. Chris, how do you have it in the score? How do you have it so far, Chris, in the scorecards? We're now in round 5.
Yeah, I've got it 3 rounds to 1, and they've been pretty easy round to score at this point. I thought Tanajara came away with the first round largely because of his mobility. In the last 3, they've been all William Zepeda, applying the pressure and landing combinations, scoring combinations just like that.
And especially in rounds 2 and 3. That might have been the most physical 2 rounds Tanajara's faced in his career. He's outboxed guys face most of his career. If he keeps going like this, he's going to have to prove himself against Zepeda. And again, for Tanajara, we mentioned the delay, guys. He also tested positive for COVID back in March. So this is a heck of a way to come back from a layoff from COVID, a real physical fight against Zepeda.
COVID, 2 fights fell off, the pandemic, absolutely. But everyone's had to face that, and Zepeda, not for nothing, he had to face that as well.
There you go, keep working like that.
Robert Garcia, you think about Tanajara's corner. What do you think they're providing right now, Sergio? They're trying to give him some direction.
They want Tanajara to throw more jabs. I mean, that's the only way to keep Zepeda off and keep his hands blocking the shot. So double and triple up on the jabs.
Let's listen in.
You gotta throw! You gotta throw, you gotta throw!
Gotta throw. Right now, it's Zepeda right now who has the advantage. He's won more matches by knockout than Tanajara has boxed in total.
And those body shots, I'm telling you. I got to give Tanajara credit. Not only is he taking a licking upstairs, but the body shot downstairs. He's proven that he can take a punch both upstairs and downstairs. But that's not what wins fights. He needs to let them hands go.
A minute now left in round 5. Zepeda turned 25 last month. He's only boxed as late as the 10th round once before. We've got a ways to go right now, but Zepeda has not seen a fight, in fact, go the distance since March of 2017. So a guy who throws a lot of punches, as we've seen, strong left hand there, and trying to now get Tanajara on the ropes.
Even against the ropes, Zepeda unleashes combinations.
You know, to beat a fighter like Zepeda, as we see something of a low blow there from Tanajara. To beat a fighter like Zepeda, you've got to be able to stick and move. I'm remembering the Amir Khan Marcos Maidana fight from years back. One of Khan's best performances, where he did get clipped, he did get hurt times, but he was in great shape and moved around the ring a lot, stuck and moved. You need more of that from Tanajara.
5 seconds left here in round 5 as Zepeda continues to have a flurry of shots there to the head.
All right, Hector. Okay, amigo, esta tire. Esta tú también. Enséñame algo. Enséñame algo este round, all right?
No hagas algo que te va a costar, eh? Here we go. Box.
Round 6, Hector Tanajara Jr. and William Zepeda in a lightweight contest. It's the first of what should be 4 great fights right here in the zone. Tsunami versus Sinisa Estrada is coming up. You got Jojo Diaz against Javier Fortuna, and then Zurdo Ramirez against Sullivan Barrera. Right now, it's Zepeda with the edge, as he's been a fighter who's known to be a volume puncher, a body puncher, and as advertised. How does Tanajara start to reverse the momentum of this fight?
Well, he's doing it. He's already landed 2 clean right hands, but he's going to have to get the respect of Zepeda by hurting him. See, there's another right hand right there. That's been the most successful punch for Tanajara. I'd like to see him turn it into a right hook like he did right there. On both sides, left hook and right hook.
We talked off the top the fact that Tanajara has that reach advantage, like height advantage, but so far he does not have the advantage so far in the ring.
See, that's the ticket right there. Push off Zepeda, then catch him at the end with that right hand right there. Do not let him smother you. And keep that chin down, because every time Tanajara pulls back, he gets hit with a clean shot.
Tanajara there with a couple of strong lefts and a right. Now he's trying to keep that jab. Again, keep Zepeda at bay. Now trying to stick and move a little more. Come back with a counter.
And this is the ebb and flow of this fight. The first half of the round, Tanajara looks to stay on the distance, keep Zepeda off, but Zepeda just forces his way in there, and with pressure and combinations wins the second half of the round.
Zepeda's 5th round knockout of Roberto Ramirez, we talked about off the top, his most recent fight back in November of 2020. That was his first fight outside of his native Mexico. That bout also coming in Los Angeles. It's a beautiful venue here right now where LAFC normally plays. And so far, Golden Boy and some good boxing taking over. A minute left here in round 6.
Tanajara slowing down. I think he's getting arm worries from touching all those shots on the bicep and shoulders from Zepeda.
And that was another digging body shot from Zepeda. Referee thought it might have been low, but no, that's right there above the belt line.
A couple of shots there on the chin as well from Zepeda.
The courage is there, but I see the body flailing on Tanajara. It's hard to hide your exhaustion when you're that tall. Usually shorter fighters that keep their chin down have an easier time hiding when they're tired.
Yeah, I would describe him as willowy in terms of physique, and right now he's in danger of wilting. 10 seconds left here in round 6. More power here from Zepeda as he's trying to close this round with a statement, and he is doing so.
That was the right call by Robert Garcia. I love the fact that he did that because Tanajara's body language wasn't there. Like you said, Adnan, he was wilting away physically, but the heart was there. But he was taking way too many shots to the chin and jaw.
Until the end of round number 6, the corner of Tanajara Jr. requests that referee Raul Caiz Jr. call a halt to the bout. Therefore, we declare your winner by TKO. He is now the new WBA Continental America's lightweight champion and still undefeated, William Camaron.